Every step you take, every store you visit, every conversation you have, your smartphone is quietly documenting it all. And this information isn't just sitting on your device, it's being actively collected, analyzed, and monetized without your knowledge. Welcome back, Digital Sentinels. Today, I'm exposing 7 shocking ways your phone is constantly tracking you. Methods that go far beyond what most people realize is happening every minute of every day. According to a recent Wall Street Journal investigation, the average smartphone sends data to tracking companies every 4.5 minutes, 24 hours a day, even when you're not using it. What's truly alarming? This tracking happens despite privacy settings that are supposed to protect you. If maintaining your privacy and freedom from surveillance matters to you, hit subscribe and that notification bell. Our community of digital sentinels gets powerful privacy protection strategies that can shield you from the most intrusive tracking systems operating today. The first and perhaps most unsettling tracking method uses technology you can't see or hear: ultrasonic audio beacons. Here's how it works. Many retailers, TV commercials, and websites emit inaudible high-frequency sounds that your phone's microphone can detect, but your ears cannot. Apps with microphone access, even ones that have no legitimate reason to use your microphone, can listen for these audio beacons. When detected, these signals create a precise record of which stores you visited and how long you stayed, which TV commercials you've been exposed to, how you move between different devices, your precise indoor location, even when GPS is disabled. Privacy researcher Thomas Bennett from the Digital Privacy Coalition discovered over 240 apps on Google Play that contained ultrasonic tracking code, many of which were ordinary flashlight, gaming, and utility apps with no disclosed tracking functionality. To protect yourself, regularly audit which apps have microphone permissions and revoke access for any app that doesn't absolutely require it for core functionality. Be especially suspicious of free apps with vague privacy policies. The second tracking system operates through your phone's mobile advertising ID, a unique identifier that follows everything you do online and in apps. Unlike cookies that work only in browsers, your advertising ID is a persistent identifier embedded at the operating system level. It connects your activity across every app on your device, creating a comprehensive profile of your interests, habits, and behaviors. This ID allows advertising networks to track which apps you use and for how long, monitor your in-app purchases and activity, follow your physical movements between locations, connect your behavior across multiple devices. What makes this particularly invasive is that your profile is regularly auctioned off to the highest bidders in real-time bidding systems. Every time you open an app or website, hundreds of companies can bid on access to your attention based on your detailed profile. Marketing professor Miranda Garcia notes, most consumers have no idea that their phone has a permanent tracking ID that creates a comprehensive record of virtually everything they do, both online and in the physical world. To regain some privacy, reset your advertising ID monthly and opt out of ad personalization in your device settings. On iPhone, open Settings, then Privacy, then Tracking, and disable the option called Allow Apps to Request to Track. On Android, open Settings, then Privacy, then Ads, and enable the option called Opt Out of Ads Personalization. The third tracking method doesn't require any apps or permissions. It happens through basic cellular connectivity using cell tower triangulation. Your phone constantly communicates with multiple cell towers to maintain service. By measuring the signal strength and time delays between these connections, your carrier can pinpoint your location within 50 to 300 meters at all times, regardless of whether you've enabled location services. This location data is collected continuously whenever your phone is powered on, stored by carriers for periods ranging from 6 months to several years, often shared with commercial partners for marketing purposes, available to government agencies with varying levels of legal requirements. A New York Times investigation revealed that major carriers sell this location data to aggregators, who then resell it to a wide range of businesses, from bail bondsmen to property managers to financial services companies. The only way to prevent this tracking is to use airplane mode or power off your device completely. A more practical approach is using a Faraday bag that blocks all signals when genuine privacy is required for sensitive locations or meetings. The fourth tracking system operates through vast networks of Bluetooth beacons installed in stores, malls, airports, and even along city streets. These small, inexpensive transmitters communicate with your phone whenever you pass within range, allowing retailers and marketing companies to track your precise movements within stores, including which displays you pause at, measure how long you spend in specific departments, identify return visits and shopping patterns, connect your in-store behavior with your online profiles. What makes Bluetooth tracking particularly invasive is its precision. It can locate you within centimeters, far more accurately than GPS or cell tower data. Security researcher Kevin Zhang found that a typical shopping mall contains between 250 to 400 Bluetooth beacons, creating an invisible grid that tracks shoppers continuously. One luxury retailer was found recording when shoppers picked up specific products, how long they held them, and whether they ultimately purchased them. To prevent this tracking, disable Bluetooth when not actively using it, or keep it in non-discoverable mode. Remember that briefly enabling Bluetooth automatically makes your device visible to all nearby tracking beacons. The fifth tracking method operates through hidden software development kits, SDKs, embedded within legitimate apps. When developers build apps, they incorporate these pre-made components from companies like Facebook, Google, and lesser-known data brokers. While these SDKs provide useful functionality, they also serve as tracking tools that collect data far beyond what's necessary for the app to function. A single tracking SDK can access your contact list and social connections, monitor your precise location even when the app is closed, track every tap, scroll, and interaction within the app, correlate your behavior across multiple apps using the same SDK. Privacy researcher Sarah Chen analyzed the top 50 apps on the App Store and found they contained an average of 18 different tracking SDKs, with some popular apps incorporating as many as 37 distinct trackers. The only effective protection is using a privacy-focused firewall app that blocks these SDKs from communicating with their servers. Apps like Lockdown Privacy, Guardian Firewall, and Tracker Control can identify and block these hidden data transmissions. The sixth tracking method happens through something you use constantly: your keyboard. Many third-party keyboard apps and services track every word you type across all applications, from text messages to emails to password fields. This happens through a feature called cloud synchronization, or language model improvement. These keyboards collect words and phrases you commonly use, your typing patterns and habits, names and terms unique to your vocabulary, sometimes even passwords and sensitive information. In 2019, Microsoft admitted its SwiftKey keyboard sent user typing data to its servers even when cloud features were disabled. Similarly, some popular Android keyboards were found transmitting full text inputs to remote servers located in China. The safest approach is using only the built-in keyboard provided by your operating system, with cloud synchronization features disabled. If you must use a third-party keyboard, choose one with a strong privacy policy that explicitly states it doesn't collect or transmit your typing data. The final and perhaps most advanced tracking method doesn't rely on any identifiers or permissions. It uses the unique characteristics of your device to create a fingerprint that follows you everywhere. Unlike cookies or advertising IDs that can be cleared or reset, fingerprinting collects dozens of seemingly innocuous details about your device: battery level and charging patterns, installed fonts and screen resolution, motion sensor calibration, minor hardware variations in your camera and microphone, unique patterns in your processor's execution timing. Together, these characteristics create a profile so specific that it can identify your device with over 99% accuracy, even if you've cleared all cookies, used private browsing, or reset your advertising ID. Privacy advocate James Bennett demonstrated how fingerprinting can track users across different browsers, private browsing sessions, and even when using a VPN. Most disturbing was his finding that clearing all privacy data only made fingerprints more unique and easier to track. The most effective protection is using a browser with specific anti-fingerprinting measures like Firefox Focus or Brave, and regularly changing your browser's JavaScript settings. Some privacy tools can also introduce random variations to your device's fingerprint, making consistent tracking more difficult. Now, let's build your complete phone privacy system. First, implement these technical protections. Audit app permissions monthly, focusing on location, microphone, and contacts. Reset your advertising ID every few weeks. Use a privacy-focused DNS service like NextDNS to block tracker communications. Install a firewall app that monitors and restricts suspicious data transmissions. Disable Bluetooth and Wi-Fi when not in active use. Second, adopt these behavioral practices. Be strategic about which apps you install. Free apps almost always monetize through tracking. Use airplane mode when visiting sensitive locations. Maintain separate devices for sensitive and casual use if possible. Pay for premium versions of essential apps to reduce tracking-based monetization. Regularly review and clear app caches and storage. Remember that perfect privacy is nearly impossible with a modern smartphone, but these steps will significantly reduce the amount and precision of tracking you experience daily. The reality of smartphone tracking goes far beyond what most people realize. These 7 methods represent just the beginning of a massive surveillance infrastructure. 1. Ultrasonic cross-device tracking. 2. Mobile advertising IDs. 3. Cell tower triangulation. 4. Bluetooth beacon networks. 5. Hidden SDK trackers. 6. Keyboard and input tracking. 7. Digital fingerprinting. For our comprehensive guide to smartphone privacy, including step-by-step instructions for securing both iPhone and Android devices, check the link in the description. Join our community of digital sentinels by subscribing and enabling notifications. Comment privacy protected if you've implemented these safeguards, and share which tracking method surprised you most. Remember, in today's connected world, privacy is never given. It must be taken back deliberately. This is Dark Data Files, decoding the digital underworld together.